It's a 5-minute till showtime song. It's a cute little tune that's 5 minutes long. If you sing it real loud, you can't sing it wrong. It's a 5 minutes till showtime song. If we started all the action at the top of the show, there'd be buffering, loading, and spinning. So we play a little countdown to let you know that the real fun will soon be beginning. It's the 5 minutes till showtime song. It's a cute little tune that's 5 minutes long. If you sing it real loud, you can't sing it wrong. It's a 5 minutes till showtime song. A countdown gives you time to prepare and builds up some anticipation. So get your snacks and grab a drink and settle in your chair. It's nearly time to share our fun creation. It's a 4 minutes till showtime song. It's a cute little tune that's 4 minutes long. If you sing it real loud, you can't sing it wrong. It's a 4 minutes till showtime song. If we started all the action at the top of the show, there'd be buffering, loading, and spinning. So we play a little countdown to let you know that the real fun will soon be beginning. It's a 4 minutes till showtime song. It's a cute little tune that's 4 minutes long. If you sing it real loud, you can't sing it wrong. It's a 4 minutes till showtime song. A countdown gives you time to prepare and builds up some anticipation. So get your snacks, grab a drink, settle in your chair. It's nearly time to share a fun creation. It's a 3 minute till showtime song. It's a cute little tune that's 3 minutes long. If you sing it real loud, you can't sing it wrong. It's a 3 minutes till showtime song. If we started all the action at the top of the show, there'd be buffering, loading, and spinning. So we play a little countdown to let you know that the real fun will soon be beginning. It's a 3 minute till showtime song. It's a cute little tune that's 3 minutes long. If you sing it real loud, you can't sing it wrong. It's a 3 minutes till showtime song. A countdown gives you time to prepare and builds up some anticipation. So get your snacks and grab a drink and settle in your chair. It's nearly time to share a fun creation. It's a 2 minutes till showtime song. It's a cute little tune that's 2 minutes long. If you sing it real loud, you can't sing it wrong. It's a 2 minutes till showtime song. If we started all the action at the top of the show, there'd be buffering, loading, and spinning. So we play a little countdown to let you know that the real fun will soon be beginning. It's 2 minutes till showtime song. It's a cute little tune that's 2 minutes long. If you sing it real loud, you can't sing it wrong. It's a 2 minutes till showtime song. A countdown gives you time to prepare and build up some anticipation. So get your snacks and grab a drink and settle in your chair. It's nearly time to share a fun creation. It's the 1 minute till showtime song. It's a cute little tune that's 1 minute long. If you sing it real loud, you can't sing it wrong. It's a 1 minute till showtime song. If we started all the action at the top of the show, there'd be buffering, loading, and spinning. So we play a little countdown to let you know that the real fun will soon be beginning. It's the 1 minute till showtime song. It's a cute little tune that's 1 minute long. If you sing it real loud, you can't sing it wrong. It's the 1 minute till showtime song. A countdown gives you time to prepare and builds up some anticipation. So get your snacks and grab a drink and settle in your chair. It's nearly time to share a fun creation. That was a 5 minute till showtime song, and now it's time to start the show. That's it. Time to start the show. Yeah, the song's done. Why are you looking at us like that? Oh, that was only 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Yikes.
Oh, no.
I guess we could ask people to sing the chorus with us again.
Yeah, vamp, stretch it out.
That was the 5 minutes till showtime song. A cute little tune that's 5 minutes long. If you sing it real loud, you can't sing it wrong. It's the 5 minutes till showtime song. Ba da 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 da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Wee! Woo! Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Hey, welcome to Talkin Funny. It's the funny, silly talk show that has sound effects now. Okay, hello there. My name is Sasha, international hilarious comedian, joined every week by my delightful sidekick, the noob, Big Ops Body. Of course, the noob, he does not talk because when he was a little kid, he watched his father kill his mother. But as we learned at the end of last season, his mother's alive. She's trapped in a vault, and you can guess the combination to rescue her and win $50,000. Today, we're going to take 2 more contestants are going to have a crack at that. I'm so nervous about the show tonight. I'm excited. It looks like you are excited. We have Reese says, I can hardly contain myself. Roger Ryan says, oh, hell yeah. And we have Let's Effing Go by Bill Morrison. Lots of funny emojis. We got some tiger emojis. Oh boy, this is going to be a fun show because we have a very special guest this week that we are so excited to chat with. You can see a little hint behind me. And speaking of cats, let's say hello to our buddy, the Laugh Cougar. Hello there, Laugh Cougar buddy. How are you doing?
Meow. I've never been more excited in my whole life.
Well, we have a very cat-specific guest this evening who's probably knows a lot about cougars, so maybe you can have a pretty cool conversation with her tonight.
I hope so. I'm shaking in my little boots.
You're shaking your boots. Me too, buddy. We get Ronald Reese says this is going to be the best night ever. And all the cool, dangerous cats and kittens are watching tonight. That's a great call out. So, boy, this is going to be so much fun. Laugh Cougar will chat with you in a bit. And we want to have a quick check-in with the president of the network, Mr. Louis Hirsch. Buddy, do you hear we have an exciting guest tonight?
Yeah, I'm waiting to see it. So far, nothing exciting happened.
Okay, well,
so let's get it going. I mean, I've got those, I've got my car reruns waiting to go if you guys can't make it. So don't think that your job is safe.
Okay.
Let us get some talent.
Well, we understand.
Show me something.
We understand. As always, the president of the network is, nipping at our necks. So we hope we do him well. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor, my true honor, to introduce a very special guest this week, Miss Carole Baskin. Miss Carole Baskin, hello.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
We love it. Hey, first of all, first question off the bat, how are you doing? How's your family? How's your health? How's life going for you this week?
Well, I think things are going much better for me than they're going to go for you if the president of your network is expecting you to have somebody funny on this show, because the only thing I do worse than dance is comedy.
I promise you, don't worry about being funny. Our specialty is unintentional hilarity. We never tried to be funny. But Carole Baskin, we have Adam saying he's watching this instead of Schitt's Creek. He thinks he's made a mistake. And this is surreal, says Alex. Carole, it's a joy to have you here. Obviously, the big star of Dancing with the Stars. Here's a photograph from you on Dancing with the Star, a true-to-life photo of the Queen Carole Baskin. What was that experience like going from, and you'll have to pardon this, but pretty much obscurity to Dancing with the Stars? What was that ride like, Carole Baskin?
It was really a wild ride for me because I had never even seen Dancing with the Stars. I didn't know what the concept of the show was. And so I thought, wow, this would be great. Maybe they'll pair me up with a star and I can get that person to go with me and walk the halls of Congress to get our federal bill pushed through. So I was really shocked to hear that I was supposed to be the star and that I was supposed to learn how to dance, because that's something I've never been able to do and prove that I still cannot do.
We thought you did really well. In fact, I have a clip from Dancing with the Stars, but I want to say I couldn't use the real clip because then YouTube would shut down the video for copyright reasons. But I found an approximate clip. So here's a quick clip of Carole on Dancing with the Stars.
That was about it.
Yeah, I thought you were fantastic, and you were fantastic because you have such a cool story about your appearance. And I was watching as a fan, thinking, "Holy cow! Look at the ride she's on, and look where she is now. Look what she gets to do." I watched your posts about it. You had the quarantine the whole way through. What was it like doing something like that during a pandemic?
That was really scary because out there in Hollywood, they have like 10 or 15 times the rate of COVID-19 that we have here in Tampa. But they did a lot of things to make sure that we did not contract the virus, like keeping us isolated and testing us every day. Having that nose probe stuck up your nose to your brain every day was like the worst part of the entire thing.
I bet the noob did that with his slide whistle one time.
It's about what it feels like.
We got a question from Ramona. She says she's been dancing since she was 4 and she gets nervous before she goes on stage. How are your nerves never having danced before?
I think it might have been harder if it had been before COVID, where you actually had an audience, but they did a live dress rehearsal and then they had the actual live event after that. And so both of those looked exactly the same to me.
That's interesting. And I wonder, obviously the Netflix show aired and suddenly you're super famous. How different would the experience have been if everybody wasn't stuck inside their houses and wearing masks at the time?
On Dancing with the Stars?
No, just the whole experience. If when you became famous, suddenly everybody was stuck in their house. Did you still have the experience of just going to the store and being accosted by new fans, or how did that go?
That still happened, and it really surprised me because, when you go out, you've got this mask on. So how do people even recognize who you are? And of course, I wear cat print.
Yeah, the outfits. The flowers in the hair, probably.
Just yesterday, I was stopped by a whole group of people on the bike on the trail where I ride my bike, and they asked if they could take a picture with me. And I said, how did you recognize me? Because I wasn't even wearing any cat print that day. And they said, it's your hair. And it's like, for crying out loud, you recognize my hair from TV?
You can't escape it. Steven wants to know, do tigers get jealous that you wear leopard print? That's a good question, Steven.
The cats really do respond to the animal prints. And I find that I have to be really careful around the smaller cats, not to be too close to the side of the cage if I'm wearing something like really big and spotted or big and striped. Apparently they know, stay away from things that are bigger than you that have those kind of patterns.
Okay. Elizabeth wants to know, did you get to pick the songs that you danced to on Dancing with the Stars?
They let me pick about 10 or 12 songs. And of course, all of my favorite songs are cat songs, but then I didn't know which ones they were going to do until the week before. And then with the costumes, what I told them was they were really concerned that I would be upset with the things they wanted to do. And I said, as long as there's no fur, feathers, or leathers, you guys can do whatever you want. And they said I was the most fun person they ever dressed because they knew they could just run wild.
Well, your costumes were amazing. Ree wants to know, what's your favorite trilobite?
I don't even know what a trilobite is.
It's like a fossil. Most people don't have a favorite. It's okay not to have a favorite. And then Ramona wants to know, how intense were your rehearsals in learning the dances?
It was extremely intense. And I was the oldest contestant they had. So I knew I was going to have to really work hard.
You were the oldest? That's amazing.
I'm 59. And so what I did was they only gave us anywhere from 90 minutes to 3 hours a day in the studio to be able to practice with our dance instructor. So every day at the end of our instruction period, I would have him do my moves and I would film him, and then I'd take it back to my apartment and I'd play it on the TV in there. And I moved all the furniture out of my apartment so that I could practice for as long as I could possibly stay on my feet. So I was constantly practicing.
Justin wants to know, do you dress up as a cat for Halloween?
I did when I was a child.
I imagine you probably don't trick or treat as often now that you're no longer a child.
Yeah, I don't have much time for that now.
How about the costumes? Ronald wants to know, did you get to keep any of your costumes from Dancing with the Stars?
No, and I really wanted to because they were so amazing.
They were cool costumes. Hey, Carole, will you play a game with us? And I promise you it's going to be easy and fun.
I'll try.
All right, that's great. So every time we have a guest, we play one of our funny, silly games. This one's called Clean Up in Aisle Oopsie Daisy. So here's the premise, Carole. You work at a cool store, and in one of the aisles, somebody named Oopsie Daisy made a big mess. So you have to find Oopsie Daisy so we can clean up that mess. Which door do you want to look in first?
Purple.
The purple door. Okay, nope. That's not Oopsie Daisy. That's
not a mess.
Well, that's just some guy. He's cool though. He's cool. We'll leave him be. Where are we going next, Carole?
Green.
In green. Nope, it's this guy. So that's not it either.
Blue.
The blue door. Nope, this guy's okay as well. It's just Mr. Plunger Legs or something.
Yellow.
Well, let's check the yellow door. Nope, he's this silly dude.
Red.
Did you say red?
Red.
Red? Nope, it's just some fellow with a saggy flower. But
do I choose the last one, or do you just open that door?
Oh, you know what, Carole? You played this. I love when people play it this way. Usually I have to steer them away from the right answer to stretch the game out a little bit, but you saved it till the end. There's Oopsie Daisy. Spilled some water. And you did it, Carole. You were the best at the game. Was that the most fun you've ever had? Be honest.
No.
No. All right. That's fair enough. Roger Ryan wants to know, what's next in the life of Carole Baskin?
We have pitched a show that will document the kind of work that we do. So what we have always been doing for 20 some odd years now is finding out who the people that are abusing big cats are and exposing that to the public and to authorities, and then bringing them to justice and getting the animals to accredited sanctuaries where they will never be harmed again. And so this show will actually follow along on that process with us.
That's pretty cool. Now, was that something you were pursuing before the notoriety and fame of Tiger King, or is that something new that you're using this momentum to bring these things to television?
This was pitched to us by a production company. What we were working on was virtual reality, because most people now can pretty much agree that big cats and orcas and elephants, they don't belong in zoos. And so we were working on ways that zoos could have a virtual reality experience instead of having animals in cages, and had just started building that virtual reality game out. And so in June, it actually launched. If you have an Oculus Rift, you can get it for free in the Oculus store. It's called Big Cat Rescue VR.
That's
and
right.
If you don't have a Rift, if you have any other headset, you can get it on Steam for like $4.95. And what it does is it takes you into a forest in Renthambor, and you learn from the park ranger that there is a tiger who has gone missing, and you have to find the tiger by looking for clues. And when you find her, you find that she's been snared by poachers, and you have to actually set her free. And so we feel like that kind of an experience where somebody really gets engaged with an animal, that's what's going to make them care about saving the animal in the wild where it belongs.
That's cool. What if there's like a plugin where when you find the tiger, she's been like doing graffiti or smoking, and then you have to tell her like, "Hey, tiger, that's not cool." You know?
Yeah, that's not part of the game.
Yeah, well, you're just suggesting maybe like an add-on for later. That might be cool. We think the noob is scared of big cats. Noob, what do you think about big cats, buddy?
It's going to be your first spoken word.
Oh, he's pretty afraid of a lot of things. He's had some tough times. Hey, we got Dave says, "I wish you were my mom." Which
My daughter never says that.
I don't know if he's talking to you or the noob, Carole. So we'll have to leave that up. So tell us, something really big just passed, a new law that you were behind in supporting. Tell us a little bit about that exciting news.
So it hasn't become law yet. In the U.S., you have to pass before the House and then the Senate. So it passed in the House, and now what we're working on is to get it passed in the Senate. And what that bill will do is stop the cub petting, and it will phase out the private possession of big cats so that people can't hurt these cats anymore. And that's the first step to saving them in the wild where they belong.
And what do you think the odds are of that passing in the Senate as well?
This year,
Yeah,
1%.
1%. Do you think it's going to go to the Senate this year, or
I think it will go to the Senate. We're doing something they call hotlining. So what we do is we send the bill over, and they have to call every single senator and say, is there anybody who's against this bill? And there's going to be people against this bill. But the good news is we will know who those people are, so that next year when we reintroduce the bill, we'll have to start over again. But, you know, it's very easy once you pass the House to say, look, you guys already passed it last year, so will you pass it this year? But then with the Senate, we'll know who our enemies are there.
That's really cool. That's interesting. I never knew that much went into it, but that's politicking, I guess. Well, congratulations on the baby steps, and I hope this keeps moving forward.
Thank you.
Alex says you have amazing poise while live, Carole.
Oh.
Major props to you, and I agree.
Thank you.
Of course. And we saw a little cat walking
Oh,
around.
there's Pearly. Hi. She
Who
was
is that?
Pearly May. She was sleeping in my chair when I came in. You want to hop up here? Come here. There's people up here. I can't go there because I'm tied to my computer.
Behave Justin is affirming what you said. In the U.S., it has to pass both chambers. I'll say we are aware of the rules and in the laws, but it's cool to hear your story. Bill wants to know, how do you feel about ligers?
What most people don't know about ligers is that they continue to grow until they die, and no animal is built for that. That's why they don't live very long. It's a condition called gigantism, and it's caused because lions and tigers don't breed in the wild. They don't even live on the same continent. And so by people breeding them, they do it because they create such big cats. They can be over 1,000 pounds, but that's at the expense of that animal suffering and dying because they can't stop growing.
I like that your first priority, Carole, is not with the people, but it's with the actual health and well-being of the animal. And I think that's pretty cool. I'm glad there is a person like you who's got the best interests of the cats at heart.
I think most people care more about the animals, and I've seen this huge upswell of people supporting the bill, so that's been wonderful.
Well, that's cool. I want to make sure people see the URL for bigcatrescue.org is where you can find Carole and her organization. And Carole, you do something great that you started, back before it was cool. And that's in posting these videos, right? Of these regular videos. And you have really, I think, been able to connect with your fans and your supporters in a really cool way. So props to you again. And everybody should check out Big Cat Rescue. Listen to that cat. He wants to be on the show.
Come here.
It's got quite a meow. So please, everybody, check that out. Where else would you like? What can we help you plug? What do you want people to go take a look at, Carole?
Well, I love the fact that you talked about our videos. I think we've had something like over 500 million views on YouTube, and every single week we put out 2 new videos. One of them is a regular video like you would watch on your television or your phone, and then one of them is the type that you would wear a headset for. And when you wear that headset, it's like the camera is in the cage with the cat. So it looks like you are the eyes of that camera, and it looks like you are right there next to that cat. The cat's patting you on the face, and you're not like losing your eyes. So it's all good and fun, and hopefully will encourage people to want to see more of that instead of seeing cats in cages.
Yeah, that's really cool. Ree wants to know, why Kitty scream?
My husband's on the phone in the other room, and I'm on the phone in here, and she's like, what is going on? You guys are talking to the computers.
I imagine their schedule is pretty packed these days, doing things like this. How's Howard dealing with that?
He is always so busy, and he is really the brains behind getting this federal bill passed. Every Thursday, he leads a coalition call, and he's been doing that since 2011. That's how long we've been working on trying to get this federal bill passed.
Wow. Dean says an 8-year-old Layla wants to know, how many cats are at the Big Cat Rescue?
We have 54 cats as of today, but probably by the end of the week, we will have 53, because one of the things we do is bobcat rehab and release. So if a bobcat gets hurt in the wild, or in this case, it was a kitten who was orphaned, we raise them up, teach them how to hunt, and then put them back in the wild. So his name is Poppy, and he's going to go free probably this week, if not next week.
It's great. Brooks wants to know, do cats wish to become a crab?
I've never heard a cat say that to me.
But he had to ask. He's a very good journalist, and he had an opportunity to ask you that question. How could he not?
You must have a lot of viewers, man. You've got so many questions.
We do. People were really excited to have you on the show, and I'll say a big reason is because they knew about the Laugh Cougar, and they knew you guys could have quite a little repartee. So, hey, Laugh Cougar, what do you want to say to Carole Baskin?
That's right. Hello, Carole. It's lovely to meet you. And may I say to Pearly May?
Oh, boy.
Now, about 10 years ago, there was a cougar wandering around Chicago. It was on the news, and it didn't end well for him. But a friend of mine named Steve said, let's get you on here and tell some jokes. I'm not in a funny mood tonight. I've got a question for you, Carole. My grandpa was tipping a few back at Thanksgiving, and he said that cougars, jaguars, panthers, mountain lions, and pumas are the same thing. Is that true?
No. Jaguar is not, but the cougar does have more names than any cat, and that would include Florida panther, cougar, mountain lion, mountain screamer, painter cat, and then, of course, you have the human version of cougar.
Oh, my favorite.
That's true. The human version. Haba haba, says the noob. A question though, Carole, do you find it inhumane that we have taken the Laugh Cougar out of captivity, dressed him up in a sharp collar combo and a little tie, and taught him how to tell jokes? Is that crossing a line?
I think it's entirely up to the cougar. If that's what he wants to spend his life doing, then that's what he should be allowed to do.
No, it's definitely not.
It's not. This is not my choice.
But here he is.
Well, then set him free. You're going to be on my list, buddy.
Oh boy.
Please.
We have Alex is saying, Carole, I love you. And
Thank you,
Reed Paley wants to know, is there a cougar named Milton? I don't know what that means.
Could be somewhere, some cougar named Milton, but not at Big Cat Rescue.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. And Carole, look, I want to thank you for spending some time with us tonight. Again, this was never been more nervous before a show because, we get a lot of has-beens on the show and we get a lot of brand new up-and-comers, but never do we hit the zeitgeist right on the head of the nail. So it is really cool that you would spend some time with us, and we appreciate you.
Well, you know how much I want to draw a cat for you.
That's great.
I love that.
We never heard of that, but we heard that guy's really cool as well. So
yes,
we appreciate that. I should have. I'm gonna clip that, and maybe that's the new commercial. Oh, before we let you go, do you do any impressions?
I don't, but my daughter does. She does such great impressions. I mean, since she was like a toddler, she would do amazing impressions. I love that in people. It's just not a skill I have.
I'm just looking for a good YouTube clip, but that's fine. If you don't have one, don't worry about it, Carole. Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Hopefully we have a chance to chat again soon. Take care, Carole Baskin. Carole Baskin, ladies and gentlemen. So happy she could be with us on the show. Laugh Cougar, what'd you think of that, buddy?
I thought it was great. I want to know, what's your favorite Christmas song, Carole?
Oh, well, she's gone. But here she is. She's still here. Carole, what's your favorite Christmas song?
I hate Christmas songs.
Well, me too. That makes me love you more, Carole. All right, now we'll let you go for real. Carole, it's been a blast. We'll talk to you soon. She's got cats to save, you guys. Here's what we are going to do. Ramona says, great guest. She really was. What a joy. We got a lot more coming in the show tonight. We've got 2 contestants here who are going to try to free the noob's mom from her vault and rescue her, and they're both here. This is going to be great. And we have a musical guest you guys are going to freaking love. We're going to come to her right next. We've got an intermission for you, and then after that, Mel Rubin is going to do some beatboxing for us. So first, 60 seconds of Ella folding her laundry.
Shout out to Carole Baskin. Shout out to Sasha and The Noob. Shout out to Big Cat Rescue. Let's do this. Big cat, big cat, big cat, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's keep doing it. Whoop. Whoop. There's a kitty in my throat. What? Can you name that tune? Hey! How about this one? A little throwback for you. Okay, they're getting it in the private chat. I need to see some people in like the real life chat shouting out some tunes. Can we do it? Here we go. These are great guesses, but you're all wrong. What is the lobster rave, Octane 14? How much time do I have left? I'm just jamming over here. Should I
You're
keep
good.
Okay.
You're good.
I'm good. Thank you. Okay, I didn't know how long to go for.
I love it. Mel, I'm glad you could see the comments. People were going nuts.
That was
for you.
fun.
How long have you been doing the beatboxing?
I've been doing the beatboxing for about 15 years, actually over 15 years now. Yeah, I was in 9th grade math class, and somebody was beatboxing My Love by Justin Timberlake, and I was like, yo, Vinny, teach me how to do that. And he taught me.
9th grade, so now you're in 24th grade. And
Now I'm in 24th grade, yeah.
That's amazing. And North Coast NYC is where people can hear more of you beatboxing and watch your improv and all that fun and jazz, yeah?
Yeah, North Coast is a hip-hop improv in New York City, but now virtually, so all over the world. So yeah, definitely check us out at that handle, yeah.
That's amazing. Mel, we appreciate you spending time with us. Thank you for entertaining our audience. Hopefully we catch up again and have you on the show. Amazing stuff.
Sounds great. Thank you, Sasha and the Noob.
Take care, Mel.
Bye.
Holy Kates. This is a cool show this week, man. We got a lot of fun stuff going on. The beatbox was amazing. Remember me when you're famous. Awesome. Thanks, Vinny. Thanks, Vinny. I don't know what that's about. But Michael Winslow, she gets a call out too as well. You could beatbox in my class and I wouldn't be mad, says Ree. That's so cool. Here's what we're going to do now, guys. We're going to come back and we need to rescue the noob's mom from this safe. We got 2 people standing by getting ready to do that. But of course, right before we do, a complete waste of your time and money.
I do.
No, I do.
For better or for worse? For worse. For worse.
Sai, it's so cold in this house.
Lola, don't touch that thermostat.
But I'm cold.
Well, put on that expensive parka of yours.
My expensive parka is at the cleaners. At the cleaners.
This marriage is costing me a fortune.
What was that?
I said this porridge is frosting me a mortgage.
Sounds like your porridge is getting cold. Sounds like your porridge is getting super cold.
Okay, Goldilocks. What are you doing with that hammer?
I made some home improvements.
Lola, no wonder it's so cold in here. Why did you smash the front window?
I wanted to get a better look at the milkman. A milkman.
Women are from Mars.
And men are from peanuts.
Why you?
Can't catch me. Chase me.
Ooh, all right.
I love it. Another episode of my favorite show. It gets Zimmer Brooks, Milkman, Awuga. Ray says, showing. Ben notes he'll never financially recover from this. I agree. You can't just break a window like that. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Mr. Steve Weber. Hey, Steve Weber, buddy. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Good. When you entered this contest, did you have any idea what you were walking into?
Not a chance, no.
Not a chance. Well, we're glad you're here. We're glad you didn't hang up in the middle of the show.
Yeah,
and,
pretty good.
Buddy, this is exciting. You're going to get to try for $50,000. See, the noob, when he was a little kid, he watched his father kill his mother. But what we learned recently was that his mother's alive. She's just trapped in this safe with $50,000 cash. So we get people to try to rescue her and win that sweet, sweet dough. And Noob, this got a lot at stake for him because he hasn't seen his mother since he thought he watched her get killed. So no pressure on you, Steve Weber.
Let's go.
Do you remember what your guess was?
I sure do.
What number were you guessing, buddy?
3641.
All right, let's take a look and see what we got there. I hope you win. Okay, Steve Weber. You ready, buddy?
Yes.
Okay, let's make that guess. 3641. Well, this is exciting, Steve. Oh, that's tonight, Steve.
Code denied.
Yeah, it looks like you didn't rescue the noob's mom from the safe, but we sure appreciate you trying, Steve. What were you gonna do with that $50,000 if you won?
Home repairs.
Home repairs. Well, we do have a couple of questions. Somebody said, "Steve, do you live under a deck?" And then Elizabeth said, "Looks like he has a nice mid-century house, though."
For sure.
Yeah.
Shout out to Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. And Reese says that's Steve Weber's pin, 3641. So we're gonna get that.
Get that changed tomorrow.
Yeah, in case you missed it, Justin reminds you that the code was denied. He's just digging it in. Steve, we appreciate you. Thanks for taking time with us. Sorry you didn't win the 50,000. Noob, sorry about your mom. But we will catch you on the short side, buddy.
Bye.
All right, take care, Steve Weber. And that's not all, because we got another wonderful lucky guesser. Wesley, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good. Wesley, how do you pronounce your last name?
Gerlatka.
Gerlatka, I love it. Are you excited?
I am very excited. Well, I'll be more excited when I save the Noob's mom and collect the $50,000.
You know, this is just a testament to how wonderful you are. You care more about rescuing this woman.
Of course.
Yeah, as everybody should. I didn't see some flies flying around the vault, so I hope she's okay in there, Noob. I'm sure it's fine. Bill says, how much air is in that safe? How long has she been in there? We actually have enough food and oxygen to last 25 episodes, and this is the second of those 25, so she should be doing just fine. Boo Wesley, I hope you lose.
Thanks, Zimmer.
But Ronald says, good luck, Wesley. And Wesley, we all want you to win. So, buddy Wesley, do you remember what your guess was?
I do. My guess was 6148.
6148. So we're going to try that right now. Here we go, buddy. 6148. I hope you win, Wesley. Hope you win. Oh, this is exciting, Wesley. Would it be? Code denied once again, buddy. But you tried, and we love you.
Sorry, the Noob. Couldn't save your mother.
He's used to it. It's a long life of serious disappointments, so it's all good. Buddy, Bill wants to know before you go: are those headphones Beats by Dre?
They are not. I honestly do not know the brand off the top of my head.
But do you play Neverwinter?
I do not play Neverwinter. A lot of first-person shooters, unfortunately.
Okay, no, that's fine. I've never heard of Neverwinter. Noob loves the first-person shooter. It reminds him of that one day where he watched this. Anywho, Wesley, thank you so much for spending time with us, buddy. Thanks for tuning into the show. That was Wesley. And boy, oh boy, you can have a chance to crack that safe. Just so you know, this is for everyone to try. And, you know, so far, the people who've been winning the chances are like these serious contest people who have never seen the show before. They're just entering contests. Wouldn't it be nice to get someone who has a real emotional stake here in rescuing the Noob's mom and winning that $50,000? And go to talkinfunny.com. You can enter right there. Other things you can do on the site: you can watch every episode we've ever had. You can play all the funny, silly games that we play, like Oopsie Daisy. Or, you know, we have other games that are a little more penis themed, but Oopsie Daisy, that was a fun one for Carole Baskin today. We're going to check in one more time with the president of the network, Mr. Louis Hirsch. How are we doing, buddy? What do you think?
Hey, I got two great names there for potential replacements, Carole Baskin and Mel Rubin. So I'd stay on my, keep it going good, because there's a lot of people out there with talent.
Okay, well, we're going to keep at it. And I think, Mr. President, you're really going to dig who we have coming up next week. So you stay tuned, Louis, president of the network, and we'll talk to you soon, buddy. Thank you for the encouragement and the constant threat of cancellation. We appreciate the pressure.
It's always there. All right.
It's always there. Oh, we're doomed. We're doomed, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Noob. What's the phrase that pays, Noob, my man? That's right, because there's a secret word. For those of you who stuck around, there's a secret word. Do you have the secret word for this week, Noob? I'm gonna look it up. His father. I think the secret word is father. Is that right, Noob? Yes. The secret word this week is father. Now, if you go, you can get, I think now 15 bonus entries to the contest if you put the that secret word in, which means you could get extra chances to win. So go do that because we want to have you come on and take a guess. That's our show tonight. That's everything we got. I do want to show you our latest photo. When you go to talkinfunny.com and you join the Silly Club, you can send us a picture because you get a special card in the mail. So here's our latest one. Look at that. Member number 60 and his Silly Club card. Thank you so much for joining the Silly Club. We hope you'll join it too. You can do that at talkinfunny.com. And next week, here's the deal. I said we have our next 4 guests starting tonight. We have a queen, a princess, a king, and the goddess. We had the queen. We had Carole Baskin, the Tiger Queen. Next week, we have a princess, and that is Princess Etch. She's one of my favorite artists in the whole world. She does things with the Etch-a-Sketch that are going to blow your brain. You've seen her. She's a big TikTok star now with time-lapse videos of her Etch-a-Sketch creations. But we're going to show you some of those next week, and you're going to be astounded that these types of things can be created with an Etch-a-Sketch. So that's Princess Etch. Ronald is really enjoying the slide whistle. Good job. Ramona says, fantastic show. Thank you, Ramona. Elizabeth says, maybe Noob doesn't want to save his mom. It's possible. And Brad Hartong repeats the secret word. It is father this week. The secret word is father. Laugh Cougar, any final words, my friend?
Yeah, a lot of people think an occupied safe that's smothered in flies means death. But if I remember my Amityville horror correctly, it can also mean there's evil present. So don't worry too much, Noob. And it's always good to see Lola get some milk.
We'll see you next week.
La, 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 la.